At least my armor class is good.
Hey everyone! Welcome to Jarviskjir Mother's Love, the show.
For now.
I have been requested to do a recap. I think is very appropriate. I will do it this time. Although my brain is currently... I currently have 4 D&D games going on right now, and I'm trying to, you know, get through the mangled information in my brain, while Neil is loud and clanky. So... Oh, okay, a little silence, a little respect. Last week... I'm trying to remember what you did at the start of last week. You got into the city, right? You didn't start in the city, so you got into the city, that was totally fine. You got into Narashiro. Yes! Riley had sex in front of Gilwyn.
I'm scarred forever.
To get some inspiration. Gilwyn's first sexual experience was voyeurism.
Didn't have to be, just saying.
He loved it. He'll never go back to India right now.
It's a notable part in the character arc, you know, on the wiki page. This is going to be written down, you know, in the trivia section. You got, the whole purpose of that was to basically get a backup cover for when you eventually drop this cover, so you can travel through the city. You try and figure out which target to go for next, and you decide to go through the Mad Priestess, who is the Shogun, who, after a very little bit of research and asking questions, sorry. Roll20 telling me that we're using video chat completely broke my brain for a second there, because that ain't true. You decide to go after the Mad Priestess. She lives in this giant church that is the center of the Church of the Usurper Queen in Narashiro. I sort of described it as being, you know, it's almost a separate town near the bottom of the city. In its own sort of cave made up of the architecture of the higher parts of the city, the archways with other buildings stand upon. You got into a couple of fights, a couple of scuffles, guards kind of clocking on that things weren't right, stuff like that, and decided your plan was to use Riley's magic to present a dead Erevail to the church, to the Mad Priestess, and come in as you have done the bounty, you have killed this person. Very quickly after getting inside, you do not meet with the Mad Priestess, you meet with someone else. And she is, you know, appropriately skeptical, and basically says, okay, we're going to take him downstairs, you're going to be taken to different places. She summons people to bring you and escort you, and what literally happened, where we ended off, was she sends off this message. These paladins enter the chamber from all sides, and Serena's like, fuck that, as she starts grabbing onto Indira and Riley in disguise as Jiaying, and is going to start the session and the combat casting a Storm Sphere. 1 second, I just noticed there was a little mistake on my battle map, because we're literally, this is one of the sessions, I feel like this party, maybe just because you get into a lot of trouble, it was so often is we're going to be starting with a fight.
Which is interesting considering we're the party that spends like an hour and a half every session talking.
Yeah!
It's because we spend an hour and a half talking, but there's no time for the battles, so we have to start with the battles.
So
yeah,
I will
fair.
remind you, Vale is dead right now. He is under the effect of feigned death. So he cannot act until Riley has touched him. Other than that, we're actually going to be starting the fight. I was talking this with Ian. You actually get to cast Storm Sphere before initiative starts, because you weren't really part of this conversation. Other things were going on. The priestess didn't really notice that you were going to be casting a spell. So I'm going to create a storm sphere, and you're going to tell me where you want it. Ian,
Just for
where do you want it?
clarification, this woman I'm pinging now is the one that we were talking to. Is
the
this
paladins
like,
entering the room have been entering the room after being summoned by her.
Okay. And is this like the main door up here, and these are side ones down here, or is it just
who's to
everything's
say
equal?
what one door is more main than the other?
Fair enough. Just
You probably were brought in through this one.
Okay. Noted. So that one's likely.
And
the
you
one
weren't you weren't very far from, like, you literally were brought inside, went down a corridor. And here
Okay.
you are.
Okay.
How big is Storm Sphere?
20-foot radius.
20-foot radius.
Ooh.
Yeah, no, it's large. The only issue is you're surrounded.
Yeah.
So to really
It's actually quite big if you think about the sizes.
No, D&D types.
It's tiny compared to where we normally fight. We normally
Yeah,
fight in
yeah.
giant arenas.
Yeah, big ships, big things like that, yeah. I mean, this is like, you know, a 20 by 40 foot office. I'd take that. You know. Where do you want your storm sphere?
I think I don't want to risk getting all of us in it, because it would make it very difficult for us to maneuver, as much as I want to try and hit everything. So I would put it up towards this end and just about catch the woman we were talking to.
You want to do one of these bangers?
Yeah.
I actually should zoom out a little more, because yes, you can see out into the street, where you can see, or through the doorway, that you can see that, you know, more people coming, because you saw that the priestess you've been dealing with, when she, you know, she sent out like 12 spiders or so to send a message. So, with that storm sphere being cast, can we all roll initiative?
Also, when the sphere appears, anything in it has to make a strength save.
I'm going to do
just so
that
you know.
after we've rolled initiative.
Sure.
I
Nice,
feel
Riley.
rolling.
Now, that is actually best case scenario
Yes, it
right
is.
there.
That is
That's
actually
so
brilliant.
good. Neil, for once in your life, roll bad initiative.
I'm rolling now.
Yeah.
Roll 20.
Okay.
Well, it would just be more awkward for everything if you only did it after
that's
you're
good.
woken up. You're just not conscious right now.
So that's turn end and when it's cast. That's Storm Sphere damage. So.
Okay. I'll do that after I've done everything else. There's a lot of shit, and I don't have enough dice. I thought I got a d20 out. I got out 3 d10s. not what I need.
Feel free to roll a d10 for your strength saving throws. I'm completely okay with this.
And I just dropped one of the d20s I got out. This is not a good sign for my skill today. Holy shit. Have I just lost all my d20s? Ah, purple! That's what we want. And I dropped it! Ah! I'm nervous. That's what's up. Okay. Dupe. This is a bad initiative. And this is another one.
I've really enjoyed playing this game with you guys.
Same.
This
Is
has
this
been
where
lovely.
you know, you violin
It was alright.
as the shit shinks?
Gentlemen,
It
I
was
was
a
honored.
pleasure playing with you.
So, what's great is that
Let's play Dido.
Serena, you know, clicks her fingers and static fills the air and casts this spell. Riley actually is the first one to kind of like act as that's happening, as the storm sphere is summoning. I totally forgot to do strength saves and damages, which I will do right now. But what do you want to do, Riley?
So Riley's going to reach up to Vale, or at least get to him, touch him, and as I touch him, you can see the color back come into his body. And as the color comes into his body, I say, "You need to wake up," giving him bardic inspiration.
Yeah.
And that's my whole turn.
Okie dokie.
Oh.
Next up is Gilwyn. Right, I just did that damage. It wasn't enough to kill anyone in or out there, but what is quite clear is that there are multiple people out of that corridor.
Yeah. I mean, that's the good thing, because that's the space it's in is difficult terrain. So
yes.
Do they get damaged every time they move through it?
They get damaged if they end their turn in it, or I can use a bolt of lightning to on my turns.
Roger that. Okay.
Assuming I don't just get hit and lose concentration instantly.
Right. Ooh, alright.
You've actually been Here's the thing, I'm saying it out loud now. You've been pretty good at concentration rolls recently on Serena.
Thank you, Ollie. Thank you for jinxing me. I appreciate it.
Guiding bolt at 2nd level at the Mad Priestess.
That is not the Mad Priestess.
Oh, that's not.
It's definitely not. Like, you have a picture of her. This looks nothing like her. This is just
that's why
the person who started this. Who? Oh, you come in with a. This is the person who is dealing with you. This is the manager.
Gotcha.
It's a hit though.
2nd level.
That's a big boy damage.
Hell yeah.
That is big boy damage.
She very quickly did react when it was clear that this started happening. She was not fast enough to dodge the storm sphere as it kind of came from nowhere and filled up the room. She's kind of in the process of preparing her magic when this bolt hits her in the shoulder and, like, you know, makes her spin out slightly. But she does not go down. But she is covered in radiant light.
And I will inspire Serena and just say, "Quick thinking, baby."
I like it.
That's good. Vale, I'm pretty sure you're actually not aware of your surroundings when Feign Death is on you. You are essentially dead to the world. So you come back to reality to the sound of Storm Sphere, right? Which
you most
immediately tells you what's going on. Yeah.
Vale's like lying there on the table. He opens his eyes. He looks left, sees a
This
drow,
priestess was like getting a knife out above you and then is hit by the guiding bolt.
And he draws the rapier and he stands up and drives it straight into her throat, or attempts to.
Mm-hmm. Got
advantage because of that guiding bolt.
Yeah.
Oh, I roll like cack. I'm gonna whatchamacallit on that. Is it D8?
Yeah, D8.
Bardic Inspiration.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a hit with the inspiration.
Riley!
Oof, I'm rolling like cack. Oh well.
For one time, we need your luck.
Then he's gonna take a step round off the table and stab with the parrying dagger.
Okie dokie.
Yeah. This is it, boys.
Twice in a row, the dice.
You know, you fought drow mages before, and kind of the line between mage and priest has been a little hard to tell sometimes with these. She's actually, you know, deflecting attacks. You don't go right up with that attack up there. She manages to get the dagger in the way and kind of make you only get like a pretty bad wound off, but not as much, and actually deflects you here, all while trying to avoid the damage from the storm sphere. She's actually quite a good combatant, but not good enough to get a good initiative roll. That joy goes to the paladins who entered the room when they were summoned. These paladins are wearing a almost bleach bone white armor that resembles spidery aspects in sort of the way that the metals and bones and almost ceramic material kind of creeps into each other and things. All of them having a sword and shield. This one was like you know, going to apprehend Serena and just immediately draws a blade and will go in for the attack. What's your AC, Serena?
12.
That's going to be, like, very a hit.
Maybe I should have given you the fucking amulet that I have.
I mean, honestly, it wouldn't make much difference. It would put me up to what, 17?
Yeah, that's fair.
So, the sword hits you for dealing 8 piercing damage. As
Is he going to freaking smite me? Fuck's sake!
And then there is a... The best way to describe it is almost a flash of a scream. This bright magic that cascades off the blade. That is going to be for 14 radiant damage. On top of that.
Hey.
There's an extra problem here. Well, it's not. It might not. It probably won't be a major problem. But if I die to radiant damage, I can't even activate Strength of the Grave.
Oh.
Which is what?
Which is what kept me alive in that dragon
During the dragon
fight.
Can you give me a Constitution save now? He is going to have another attack. A she. This is definitely a she. That's a good save. Unfortunately, she gets another hit off. That is going to be 10 piercing damage plus 17 radiant damage. Just very quick motions, like shield, but very quick. They might be in heavy armor, they might be using a shield, but they're definitely, you know, rolling, moving around you, and you do not have the speed to deflect these kind of attacks and dodge out of the way. The second one is going to dash up to Riley and attack her. And that is going to be a big old miss!
Yay.
That is going to be, you know, run up and a mixture of, you know, Vale and Riley's cunning and cleverness managed to make it, his attack go so hard into the table that their blade, like, gets jammed into the high quality, like, wood of the table and actually, like, slips out of their hands. So that's going to be them. They are going to draw another weapon, but it's not going to be as good. And then this last one is going to charge out of the storm, all while, you know, muttering some kind of drow prayer of strengthening, and is going to strike at Indira. Indira, what's your AC?
16.
It's going to be 1 hit for 7 piercing damage plus... That's going to be 11 radiant damage on top of that.
Okay.
And then... Their second attack is not going to hit. And that's them. Next up is the priestess herself, who is kind of dodging Vale's attacks and is going to weave and move and cast a spell. And what level is Storm Sphere? Level 4.
Yep, so you can't just dispel it, thank God.
Yep. And he's going to make it. So she kind of like
can I
weaves...
counterspell her counterspell?
It's dispel magic, so yes.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I guess you can.
Yeah, you can.
But if you have
I mean, you can
counterspell,
counterspell, so surely you can counterspell
You can
dispel
count.
magic.
So yeah, that's great. You know, you see
My
her.
magic cylinder, your
guys.
magic cylinder.
You see her weaving the magic, and then you can you know what she's doing. You've done this before. You can dispel her dispelling, like a blue
Ability
deck
check.
fighting a blue deck.
Dispel magic is
level 3.
third
You
level,
won't
so
need
it
to.
auto...
You automatically use this. She needed to make a check. You don't. And there's just, you know, at this point, she'll like bring a hand up to like kind of bring her hair back and just gruff out in a growl. And no, she has no words. She has nothing clever to say.
Sorry, bitch. Gilwyn don't play like that.
She is going to move out of the storm. Vale can get an opportunity attack at her.
Get a Vale.
Schwung.
Hey, that's better.
Rolled another 1 on that.
No.
Oh, I couldn't tell because you rolled so much damage even on a 1. Serena.
Okay. Firstly, I am going to sing to the paladin attacking me.
Ooh.
Nice.
When I'm stressed, I sing at people.
Yeah, same.
Charisma save.
Come on, please fail, otherwise I am dead.
What's the DC?
16.
That's a failure.
Yes. So Serena starts singing like this, and as soon as it's clear this guy has fallen under the spell of her song, she just slithers back and just says, this plan was folly, and I hope you appreciate that now. And then is going to bonus action. I'm gonna try and hit the priestess. Unfortunately, she moved out, so I don't have advantage on this. But I've got an inspiration. I will. 18.
That's a hit. Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, you have inspiration. You're welcome.
You better.
Thank you,
You
Gil.
already used it. That's a massive hit.
Party.
It's a massive hit. She is looking rough.
Actually, I will also say, because it says Siren Song says that the target idolizes you and avoids violence. I would instruct him, stop anyone from entering the room. That's not violence.
Defending isn't violence.
Yeah.
It literally, she will like sheath her blade and say, "Yes, miss," and just like kind of put the shield in the face of the other the priestess, like in the doorway, who is very much sort of like, "What are you doing? What in the name of the queen are you doing?" And she's just like blocking the entrance, and she was straight up just like, "Ugh," and start, and you can like hear the heels as she's clopping around the. That is gonna be that. There's a bunch of drow who you hear. You just hear a lot of.
There? Sorry.
Yeah, like
Yes.
you hear, what I was saying is there's a lot of noise you can hear outside of this room, like a lot of noise,
You
a
haven't
lot
played
of
World of Warcraft
talking and
zombies.
yelling.
Imagine that, but with drow and magic.
World of Warcraft zombies.
World at War.
Okay.
Indira, it's your turn.
Arguably more appropriate.
Did
given
any
the
of them
drow
end
there.
in the
Yeah,
storm
yeah.
sphere?
No, they
No.
all ran.
Okay, well that works ish.
Area denial.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna rage. Throw a big tantrum. Can I push this guy back?
You
into
can
the
make a
storm?
shove. A shove is a opposed athletics check, so you can totally make a shove.
This dude is fucked then. Okay, cool. Let's do that. And is that my action? Is that my
A
movement?
shove counts as one of your attacks.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna shove him.
Athletics, you have
have
advantage because you're raging.
Raging. Push him.
Okay.
Push it real good.
It's actually like a great thing for a barbarian to do.
But
Unfortunately, and the best thing is,
I
he
knew
got
it.
one more than you with a +1 strength mod because these are drow. So straight up,
were-
you know, she digs
You
in.
were too cocky about that.
I have a +7 to athletics.
You can try again with your second attack if you want.
I'm going to.
Doxy's reaction to that was great.
That is more like it. Okay.
Yeah, 'cause with this,
What?
there's the shove.
And then I'm going to run like this. Okay, watch me. I'm gonna go yeah, here, and then here, and then here.
Yep. Yeah, because you can go right past this paladin because they're charmed. They're not fighting you.
Yeah. And that's all I can do right now.
Okay.
Fuck, I was gonna lightning that guy, but I used my
Bonus action
to
to rage.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, whatever.
All good.
Sounds
You can
good.
see one Drider through the open doorway. you know, the doorways in these buildings are actually designed for Driders to move through them. It wouldn't be entirely comfortable. But everything is of a certain height and a certain design. And this Drider in the doorway is wearing priestess garb, you know, white over black spidery body parts. And she straight up starts singing a hymn. And you notice the warriors who are starting to wane in the amount of damage that Serena has done to them are actually recovering a little bit of energy. Okay, Riley.
Okay. So
Paladin
Riley's...
on one side, priestess up there.
Yep, the ugly priestess bitch is gonna taste my rapier.
Kind of hot.
I can't tell if she's hot.
They're a drow. Of course they're hot.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Alright, the hot priestess bitch is gonna taste my rapier with booming blade. And...
Yeah, that's a hit.
bam! Aw, the one.
That is
And
still good damage, yeah.
Then
Especially because she
my
was
second
clearly
attack.
one of the ones healed. You know, that staggers her again from her confident
much.
place.
my second attack, I attack with just my rapier.
Yeah.
Nice.
Ooh.
Really
Oh.
good. Really
Fuck
good.
yeah.
Really
And then
good.
I move 1, 2, 3.
That's straight
4.
up enough. Like, she screams out and, like, falls, like, to one knee.
Ooh.
She's not dead, but, like, that's the one, you know, that is, like, a grievous bodily wound that needs
Yeah,
attention.
perfect.
Why you do this? Why?
I will take. Is she gonna make an attack of opportunity against me because I moved out of her range, and or is just her dropping to one knee?
She has a dagger. She'll use it.
Sure.
What's your AC?
19.
She don't hit that.
Yay. And then I'm gonna call out to Indira and say, "Does thou even hoist, Indira?" Giving her a bark.
I was gonna say you never did that through the 2 sessions that you were meant to
I had
be
to
here.
save it. I had to
You
save
saved it.
Yep. And then I'll just move to here, and that will be my turn.
Alrighty. Which is great because that paladin, you know, was pushed back into the storm, and now you can hold them there.
Yes.
Gilwyn, you and Serena, the squishy spellcasters, are kind of in the middle here. What you definitely have noticed is that Serena has just taken control of this side of the room. And that side of the room. There's only one side that's really a problem right now.
I will step up to these two. There you go. You've got your flank back now.
Step it up, girl.
What are you doing?
I'm fine. I'm Gilwyn Gallagher.
He's a fighter. You have
He's
faith
got
in
1
him.
level in fighter. He's confident.
I have second wind now.
You can get 10 health back.
The best thing is like to use Soulmender, like you're playing a lute, and you're like, oh shit, sword. Gilwyn bumbling around is great.
He's got like the rapier in his teeth. He's like. What?
I will actually rapier the priestess who is on one knee.
Yeah. That is actually a miss. You go in for what is a clear shot. She's no attempt of dodging, and just this bubble of webbing kind of appears and shimmers around her for a moment, and then dissipates just as quickly.
Okay. Yeah. Bonus action healing word at 2nd level for Serena there.
Thank you. I might now live with an extra turn.
Ooh.
Oof.
Maybe I won't.
Oh. My healing words are always dog dick. I hate it.
It's just healing word in general.
Yeah.
It's just a ranged dog dick. Is what it is.
Well,
Oh, the healing word is Red Rocket. Oh,
Vale,
I
it's
hate
your
that I
turn.
thought that.
Gonna just
Vale's gonna step
star
behind.
wipe part that.
And we'll just...
Move on. That was
It was
close.
nearly the
Now
20.
it was
That
it
was a
teased you.
cock.
Against this is against the priestess. That's a hit.
Ah, shit, it should have been a booming blade. Can I roll the extra booming blade damage blocks?
Is the modifier different? Nah, that's fine.
No.
Yeah, you can do the booming
No,
blade.
it's not.
Yeah.
Let me, and it's an extra 1d8 for booming blade.
Yep.
And sneak attack. Wow. And then let's stab with the dagger.
That is a hit. And with that dagger attack, you finish her off. How do you want to do that?
He slides into position behind her while she's like fighting off Gil. And he whispers in her ear, "Have you ever seen the sun?" And then the booming blade comes swishing down from this side. As she moves to try and stop that one from killing her, the dagger comes round in front and just across the front to the throat just goes. And then he will continue to move, and he will go one over her corpse.
Something actually, like you notice something when you kind of move over her corpse, is that it's wiggling. And then you see that the spider sort of breastplate that she had is very much alive and starting to move off of her. This kind of ivory spider.
Well, this just got even more fucking terrifying.
Drow, right? What are you gonna do?
Interesting. Well, if there's gonna, let's see. So I moved 1, 2,
Well,
3.
she dead.
Spider.
Spider there. It's not a real spider.
I'm not even scared of spiders.
Yeah, spiders are rad.
They're fine as long as they're small and not real near me.
I mean, I don't want them on me, but I like them.
You done there? Any more choices you want to make, Mr. Neil? Okie
I'm good.
dokie. This paladin will straight up just take that doorway and stand there. The paladin that's kind of, in the storm, in the booming noise of the storm, which you've got to remember, there's just this incredible noise here, actually will yell out in Elvish, "Take care of the snake woman! She's the one conjuring all of this!" Kind of like out the doorways, and will...
The problem is I don't understand that.
Riley, can you give me an acrobatics check?
Yes. Oh, that was awful.
This drow is going to like move as if to attack you and completely feint you and actually tumble through your space and out.
Oh.
And is going to attack you from this side. And is gonna hit. That is going to be 9 damage on the first strike, and miss the second.
Whew. Okay, I can deal with 9. 9 is good. Well,
You
not
can't
good.
smite every time.
Yeah.
This one, who's kind of in the middle of all of you, will actually, she will kind of like almost step back and sort of smile, like, "A warrior's death, praise be the queen," and is going to... They're going to target Vale. Vale's the sun elf in the room, clearly the target. Unfortunately, also probably the one with the highest AC. So, immediately goes after Vale, which you could just start parrying and swashbuckling as you often do. She actually can't get a strike off on you properly. This woman is dead. Serena.
Okay, first up, bonus action Storm Sphere on the one facing Riley.
Ooh, that is a miss.
frig they have good AC.
She actually manages to get the shield in the way of the lightning bolt.
Serena is momentarily surprised by this, and then, oh, what do I do? I can't use piranhas.
I just like out of context D&D sentences.
I love piranhas. Can't use piranhas.
Okay, you know what? I'm just sod it. Sod holding a 4th level spell for a potential fly out. I'm just going to hit the Drider with a blight.
A blight.
Oh, I hope she fails that save.
God.
Constitution save on a Drider? That's a question for me. Do you think a Drider has good constitution or not?
I don't know.
I vote no, no matter the choice.
You cast this spell, and you see the Drider wince, but she doesn't stop singing, and is going to take half damage from that.
She maintains concentration through that?
Well, if
She's not concentrating. She's just.
Oh right. Okay.
Only half damage. That was such a.
That would have been about.
That was disgusting. That was near max rolling.
Yeah. Max is 64, so yeah, pretty damn close.
Next time you cast Blight is going to roll like nothing, and they're going to fail. Just so you know, that's how it works.
Exactly.
All of Neil's shitty rolls went into that one, apparently. You absorbed his rolls.
Yeah.
Anything you want to do next, or is that you?
I mean, I've got movement. Don't know if I want to use it.
It's like quicken spell blight.
No, I've used bonus action and action. So, yeah, I'll stay there. No better spot for me.
Okay. There's a lot of people moving behind the scenes.
I wish I could move Storm Sphere.
That would be fucking badass.
It would. It would just be like chase them with a storm.
You're hearing a lot of yelling in Elvish, kind of beyond the walls. It's mostly deafened out by the storm sphere and the walls, but you're hearing yelling. You're hearing the click-clack of claws on the ground. One thing you definitely hear, you know, Serena's able to pay a little bit more attention, is that they've turned them traitor. Would be something that's yelled at least one point.
The pitter-patter of tiny feet. Many of them. Many tiny feet.
There's many feet.
See, I told you it would be fine. This is going great.
Oh, this is going really well.
Where Ollie just turns a fog of war for like a split second.
Well, I can see a bit more than Vale can. There's more. There's more coming. They're coming.
You straight up, like, Serena, with your view, you straight up see this, like, drow, seemingly a commoner. You know, they're not wearing the priestess garb or whatever. Sprint up to the door and just start yelling out. When you were walking through, there were quite a lot of people. This is the high church center of the city.
What I'm hearing from this is throw a spell storm in that direction.
That would be pretty good. Alright, there it is. Your turn.
Okay. So, I think it's pretty obvious what I'm gonna do here.
Oh, you're gonna attack him?
Yeah.
You have Bardic Inspiration, remember?
Yeah, let's use that. What?
D8.
A D8? Okay.
Where's my monster manual? I'm holding it. Never mind.
18?
18 is not quite a hit.
Jesus fucking Christ.
She
okay.
almost, you know, she spins to get the shield in the way to parry the blow. Very fast combatant. Now that's a hit.
Okay. And this.
Who's that?
Hey,
I like that.
I like that.
Unfortunately, the drow. This woman's moving so fast, she can outmove your lightning. Mostly.
Fucking what?
It has ended, like, maybe a 50 roll streak of characters failing to make the save against the lightning, to be fair. Alright, that's where we sit. There. Injured by that attack, but not going down. That Drider in the doorway will turn. Very, very energy, very similar to Serena, will turn and kind of say something sort of gracefully to the others. And then we'll, yeah, she's gonna outstend a hand and launch a guiding bolt at Gilwyn.
No!
Gonna regret it.
Oh god, Adira's going crazy.
Well, let's be real. If I can fucking hit anything.
Most of the people in this building are priests. So not all of them are going to be wearing heavy armor.
Yeah, the paladins will probably have an AC of 20.
Which one is the one that just attacked Gil, by the way?
The
Way out
Drider
back.
outside the door.
Okay.
So that is going to be 19 radiant damage to you, Gilwyn, as this kind of almost like a laser of white light streams onto you, and where it hits you, it kind of creates this glowing web that crosses across your skin and actually kind of burns to the touch. I was just about to put the dead symbol on you there, like, oh yeah, they put kind of belt on you.
Now, let's not be too hasty there, son.
Riley.
So, with Storm Sphere, I know listening is hard. Can I see through it at all, or no?
You can see through it. I mean, it would probably be a negative, disadvantage on perception check. But
I mean, it doesn't specify anything, but yeah,
it's
it
just
would...
like
Yeah.
your Storm Sphere is a swirling miasma of darkness.
shadow. Yeah.
To be fair,
Yeah,
but what
no,
is quite
that's
clear is that that doorway is open, and something I totally forgot to describe. The Storm Sphere is like eating away at the walls here, and the various antiquities that lined the walls. But you can't see anyone running through.
Okay.
They kind of abandoned that side. For
And that's
now.
this doorway here. Yeah, it's that's where the sounds have come from. It seems though.
There is sound all around you, above you, below you. You are in a very large structure that currently is not. It is like there are people aware to your presence, but the alarm hasn't been truly set yet.
Yeah, I won't do it yet. Then I had a really cool plan, but I'll wait. What I'm gonna do is attack this guy who's super nimble and slid under my legs, basically, with the booming blade.
That's a hit.
Nice.
And then attack again with the rapier.
Riley
crit.
is
Crit City!
Now,
Riley-
if only you could do the booming blade rather than the rapier.
maybe Riley
I
and
know.
Vale is the OTP. Maybe it's meant to be. Yeah, those are really good straights because my god, these paladins are very fast, very nimble, a type of combatant you've never really fought before, armored and tough, and but you actually are like death by 1,000 cuts, like stab there, slice there, booming blade here, managed to get them to go down. This paladin is bloodied but not yet out.
I will then take my motion to move here.
Okay.
And also have attack of opportunity.
What is your AC?
19.
That's going to be a hit for 5 damage. As you
All
leave.
right, and then I will, as a bonus action, say, what am I gonna say? I'll say, Serena, finish him off.
You know he's just going to attack me and I'm going to die before I get a chance.
No, because he's gonna run toward you and he's gonna take 2d8 damage and blow up.
That is the hope, I guess.
Speaking of blowing up, Gilwyn.
I'm totally blaming you if he kills me this turn.
Oh, and Riley, please make a strength save.
Oh, strength save.
The storm sphere.
Oh, I'm in it? I thought I wasn't in it. Okay.
You are absolutely in it right now.
Fair
You
enough.
weren't before. You are now.
You make the save.
Yay.
Perfectly.
Let's see. Is that paladin looking a bit dinged?
The one you're fighting has only been hit once and has been deflecting all other attacks.
What about this guy?
She's looking way more injured. The ivory armor is starting to be streaked with crimson.
Stay for the advantage.
Oh yeah, I'm not moving. I'm gonna guiding bolt this chap.
It's he's whipping out the pistol.
No, I'm gonna dissonant whispers actually.
Ooh, that's good.
Oh!
That's really good. That's a great combo.
Oh! They're gonna fail. And
Sorry, I didn't say what level it was. It was gonna be level 2.
It's fine.
I should have said.
Yes,
I got to
but I
click for some
forgive
reason.
you.
Thank you.
And that's great because they kind of grip and hold their head and start. You see them kind of stagger and just like, my queen. Kind of like looking up to the ceiling and just walk backwards into the storm sphere. I'm gonna take all that damage as well. Oh, baby.
And before 4d6 for dissonant whispers.
Oh yeah. I didn't even roll my damage because that was already
I thought that was your damage for a second there. I'm like, wait a minute.
That was just for running.
Yeah, that's still, and the thing is, all of that together still wasn't enough to kill them. But they are in the storm sphere, staggered out back out there.
You're very welcome.
Vale. In
Bad
the thick
power.
of it. A little bit of strategy. Never hurt anyone.
Hell yeah, Riley.
Oh. God damn it. I wish I could get advantage
On the Spidra.
on anyone.
Even you.
You have advantage on him, actually. He's got hit by Guiding Bolt.
I'll swing for the pellet.
I mean, technically, doesn't guiding bolt give advantage to your allies? So, just to ruin the joke.
It's a plot twist.
There we go.
Oh!
This is good.
I keep forgetting to Boomy Blade. I might just fucking remove that. Stupid. It's so annoying.
But you've been doing this for a long time. You've got to remove the muscle memory. That attack is devastating. This paladin is, kind of dancing, dodging all three of you. And when you manage to get that strike to land, it is a direct one to the vitals. That is, if they were to survive this fight, they would be a dead drow walking,
And then Vale will stab little spider boy.
He's nearly dead. Please kill him.
That's a
He's
hit.
not nearly dead.
Ollie just said he looks like a dread drow.
You
dead
did.
drow walking.
That's not what I said.
Well, if he survives the fight, okay, fair. Sorry, it would have just if that drow fell, it would have made what I want to do next easier. But
I'm sure
I
all of
been
them
able to
would.
kill him before.
fair. Yeah, I mean it wouldn't. It's no big deal anyway.
They
So.
are going to. You actually almost see. You can see the thoughts going through this drow's face for a few moments when they get hit by that. That kind of mask of. I wouldn't say emotionless. Drow almost always have this kind of like slight bitch face smugness as like the mask that they present. It kind of pauses and hesitates. There's a moment where she takes almost a bit of meditation and doesn't move at all. Continues dodging and moving, but doesn't attack anyone. But does plant a hand to their chest and heal themselves. You see the wounds clear up in the holes cast through the armor. And that is going to be that there, Serena.
Okay, so Ollie, you'll have to tell me whether or not you accept, because this is going to be a bit fucky with how you do opportunity attacks.
Yeah.
So what the thing is that Twisting Fellstorm appears in a space next to me and then hits everything in my path. So to get it to do and to get it to not hit my allies, I'm going to have to move up to here, which technically at this point doesn't move me out of the range of opportunity as long as I go back next to him normally. Yeah.
You're going to be stopping to cast a spell. If you move right back next to him and then don't move anymore, then yeah, you don't have to do opportunity attacks.
But if I move, yeah. But the thing is,
if you end your turn there, you'd get no opportunity attack.
I've got 15 foot of movement, so this is the maximum I can reach. I need.
Then
to
you are
reach...
going to get an opportunity attack. You're going to be leaving.
But what if I use Misty Step as bonus action to dodge out of there after casting the spell? Will you allow that?
No, because then you're. Yeah, no, that is a good question.
That's entirely fair. I wanted to check because it's a bit fucky.
Couldn't you Misty Step there originally, and then you won't have an attack of opportunity?
I could.
It's like double spell slot is, I imagine, a problem.
The double spell slot isn't the issue. It's more just I don't want to be like in the doorway and then in the firing line. I don't have much health.
Gotcha.
So instead, I will. Well, there is a drow standing in my storm sphere. He is getting. She. I don't even know anymore. Is getting hit by the storm sphere bonus action.
Nice.
That is a hit. They take it.
And I don't like the fact that they're still up, so I am going to launch a prismatic blast at them. I will try at least.
It's a hit.
Get knocked prone.
They don't get knocked prone, they get knocked to death.
Ouch. Yeah.
Excellent.
I mean, that is prone.
Some could say the most prone, in fact.
The permanent prone.
Okay. I smell what you're putting down, team.
The team's working. The synergy is spot on.
You've never been so efficient.
Synergy.
Let me look at some spells.
Oh.
Hope you got those third level spell slots ready for counter spell, Dean.
Hey, you guys.
Oh, they're ready.
You know what?
Counterspell's so good.
I'm saving that fourth level spell.
I haven't used any spells yet. I'm happy.
Okay. This priestess in the doorway, who's kind of run up this way, kind of looks at this guard blocking the doorway, and will start chanting, and will start taking things from a pouch. Almost seems like a ration pouch. She's taking food and kind of squishing it in her hands and throwing the residue to the ground as she casts a spell.
I can see her, yeah?
Let me check. Let me go into Dean Vision. Yes, you can.
Like, it would be fair of me to see that and counterspell it.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
then I will do that.
Yeah. I luckily, as DM, I can actually like click on your tokens and see what you see. I just can't do it for chat. This is more than a third level spell, so you're gonna need to make a check.
My God, it's more than a third level spell.
I'm worried this is a summon demon spell.
Yeah, summon spider. You like summon giant pigeon. You throw some food on the floor.
If only this was a church of pigeons.
I mean, it's a big church, right? It's probably got a huge like under.
There's probably the equivalent of pigeons living, you know, at least in the hall outside.
Spider pigeons.
It's just a charisma check, isn't it, technically?
Yes,
pigeon.
for you, yeah.
Spider pigeon.
Oh, you fanny. That was almost good.
You see the
That
drow
is so close.
casting
I'm
a
going to look
spell.
that, please. Can I look that?
Yeah.
Like a scum. Like a scum.
Yes!
And you see this brilliant reaction of them. This is like half prayer, half magic. And they close their eyes. and nothing happens. And then they open it and start muttering in frustration, and then skitter away.
Have you considered playing a goblin, Dean? Goblin wizard.
I'm not gonna say whether it would suit him
wizard.
or not.
One who no, it should be a goblin wizard who is hunting down the man who stole the nipples of all the other goblins.
Thanks, I hate it.
That's a callback. That is.
Yeah, it is. That's for the OG fans.
Yeah.
You're not a real fan if you don't know about the nipples. You don't know about Gilwyn's nipples. Okay! That's that turn. The yelling outside has grown louder and louder, and then it is joined. Noises muffled by the stone and the storm sphere of the chamber you're in, but bells. A rhythmic clanging of bells, which very quickly are joined by this low droning noise as well that starts reverberating through the whole church, like a song that never moves past one note. It's a very uncomfortable sound that will enter the chambers, as there's absolutely no chance that they don't know you're here now.
Yep. I figured.
Nah,
I
that's
was waiting
fine.
for that. I was waiting for that.
Those bells don't say where we are.
Indira.
And this is a church the size of a city.
Yeah. You're not wrong.
I think they know where we are.
Take the broom cupboard. No, there's no one in there. Times 10.
The broom cupboard.
They need broom.
That's a
Ah,
rubbish bell.
17. Fuck.
This is what we want. 17.
Oh. My fucking
Exactly
God.
the same each time.
That's actually impressive in a
go.
bad way.
I mean, you're consistent.
Consistently.
And woe
That's the
betide
worst.
anyone who
I'm
fights
naughty.
you with an AC of 17 or less.
Stop it.
I can't believe how bad I'm rolling today.
You know, a few levels ago, that would have been great rolling.
But the double 6, you've done that twice in a row.
This time the lightning does strike. They can't dodge it. Okay.
Natural 6.
Thank goodness I did 6 damage. I mean, it's better than what it could have been a 1. I guess.
Let's Trow. Let's try to... What's gonna happen? Well, I know what's gonna happen over here. So why don't I start over here? As this Drider walks up, grabs this paladin by the scruff, and lifts him out of the room.
Okay, this is just becoming more problematic.
Hello.
Crawls in.
there.
The Drider kind of unfolds as she enters the room, and the legs can grasp onto all the walls and the ceilings, and just kind of stretches and gets ready to deliver some kind of pain. This Drider in the doorway, you know what? Is she's gonna cast a little healing spell again.
At least that other Dry didn't attack you.
That's not a great observation.
Oh, you know what? They actually can make attack against you. I was gonna say they can't, but a grab,
I'm
a grab is not
cutting
an
words
attack.
Anyway.
It counts as an attack and has multiple attacks. That's okay. Cutting words. Okay. You know what? Yeah. Go ahead and roll it.
Not so fast, you star, you fuck.
Luckily, I love the idea of you doing that. Like
Not
as
so
the
fast,
Drider's
and it's
drawing the
already
blade, And you actually do cause the attack to fail. Just the Drider kind of stops and staggers and kind of.
Thank you again,
You
Dean.
see her eyes roll, and then she just twists and go in for a second stab.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
And that's going to be 10 piercing damage. You don't want to know how low the dice won. You don't want to know how low the dice was on the one that you did cutting words. It was incredibly low.
I've still got Storm Sphere up.
Okay. Speaking of Storm Spirit, Riley is in it.
Yeah, but it's only turn end that it affects things. So
Yeah.
So Riley just looks at this fucking just gets mad and starts yelling like Indira does, like when she rages. And as she starts yelling, she starts becoming a T-Rex. And it just turns into a roar. I'm listening to Jurassic Park as that's like my thing.
That is his thing.
Awesome.
Since
is my
I've
thing.
met him
All he
in
can-
Jurassic Park. So we get the joy of you being a huge-sized creature that does not fit in this chamber completely. I mean, it's
Nope,
big,
but
it's
those
tall.
walls look weak. They can be broken down.
They haven't been destroyed by the storm sphere yet.
Yet. But
Yeah,
my
you could
attack
definitely-
is
Definitely
a
try.
10-foot reach, so I can hit this thing with biting over, maybe. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Absolutely.
so
Little
That's a
arms,
cool visual.
big mouth. Just like my ex-wife.
Killen's like, no, not again.
oh. So I missed the first attack,
That is going to be a miss.
Plus
but
10.
I
There's
get a
this-
multi-attack.
You literally hear the Drider mutter out a "Queen, give me strength," and kind of will go in to try and block the attack.
Queen, give me strength. Translated from Drow. Fuck!
Whipping around with my tail to smack it and squish the bug.
That's a hit.
Oh.
Hey!
Bop!
Dealing 3d8 plus 7.
God.
You got it.
Huh?
Well, I mean, it's a T-Rex.
Yeah,
You realize why T-Rex is like one of my favorite monsters. It's actually
Yeah,
real
right.
fun. That's
I'm
a
so glad we
huge
saw
strike. What's
one.
great, this Drider, deflected the attack with the bite, probably pushed you away with quite a lot of strength, and kind of starts gloating as a Drider would. And then you slam around with the tail around Serena, slamming her like into the ceiling. There's a crunching, cracking noise.
Oh.
Oh, it's brutal. Is that you?
Yeah, that's everything. And I have to make a strength saving throw, I believe.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
are very much inside the storm sphere.
well, at most you take 2 damage.
It's also
Good
going
job.
off the strength
Nice
of the
roll.
T-Rex, so
Ian
you're
Mark
good.
working out.
Yeah, exactly.
Jesus.
And we're actually gonna take a little break because it's already been an hour.
God damn.
Yeah,
that went quick.
So we'll be back in a sec.